Yay, you can see just me. Hi. I'm going to be pumping out Gumbles Grumbles a lot because I have a lot of topics because my brain is starting to unfog and it's starting to get my memory back, but not my speech or grammar because that would be too much at once. But anyways, we're back today with Mel.
Hello, everyone. What's up? How
Me-
you doing?
Melanie, plug yourself first. Tell them what you got. Tell them what you're selling. Tell them what you do. Not what you do, but like Twitch related and shit. I mean,
So basically, I stream on Twitch. My name is SatCatLoaf on Twitch for whoever wants to watch. But I
it'll be in the
do,
description.
yeah, be in the description. Um, I stream mostly horror games because I like playing horror games. I like being
Fucking
scared.
sadist.
I just enjoy that part. There's some horror games that I don't get scared by because it's like those basic jump out at you. I'm gonna get you with those jump scares, and I'm
Yep.
like those do get me, but I don't find those scary. I find like the run survival type horror story
It's
wise.
it's the adrenaline. The adrenaline is what gets me when you have to run away from
Yeah,
something, and it's just like
yeah,
if I run into that chair and I don't press A quick enough, I'm fucked.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
what scares me every single time.
What was it? I think it was one of the oh shoot, what is it called?
Mm.
Um, Outlast. There we go.
Fuck that game. Fuck that game.
Outlast.
I
That's
still I still haven't finished that game. I have still not finished it, and I don't think I ever will.
I haven't finished it, but I really want to get it on my computer so then I can play it and then everyone can watch me run and screaming.
That's fair. That's fair. Do it. Maybe he'll get further than I did because I hit the school and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't do anymore. But Mel, today we're going to talk about. So this is Gumbles Grumbles, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's shit that pisses me off that we talk about, and sometimes I learn something, sometimes the other person learns something. It depends on what happens. There's no editing in these, as most people will know. I don't edit anything out. It has to be 100% natural. Not has well, it ends up being natural because you have no idea what the fuck we're going to talk about. I do.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 100%. It's a natural reaction. It's your thought process during. Nothing gets cut out. Nothing. Unless you say, like, something you really shouldn't fucking say. And we all know what it is. I call it the word white people shall never say or speak. But anyways, that will get cut out. But you would never fucking say that. True
No.
story, though, I have a fear. When I first started streaming, I was terrified that I would say that word. And I have no reason to. I have no reason as to why I would, but it was always like in the back of my mind, like, you're going to say it. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. And it's like, you're going to say it. I'm like, no, I'm not. But
Little voices that like
yeah,
the devil and the angel on your shoulders, like, oh,
don't
you're
fuck up.
definitely gonna say it. Yeah.
He's not going to fuck up. He's going to fuck up.
Yeah.
But today, Mel, we're going to talk about friends.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, to start off, my issue with friends, and again, none of this is planned. I just come up with the topic. All I thought about today was it's friends. That's what we're going to do. And I know you've gone through some hardships, and so have I.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to talk about yours. I am going to say whatever the fuck I want about mine because I don't care. When it comes to friends, I have thought over the past couple weeks that people say they have a lot of friends because of possession. People like to say they have a lot of friends because they want to. I got all these friends. I have tons of friends. Fucking, it makes them feel good about themselves, and it's more of a possession thing or a possessive thing. Because when it comes to, and you actually need that person who likes to say, I have a lot of friends, or I'm friends with this person, I'm friends with that person. When it comes to you actually needing them or some shit goes down, they're not there. And they never will be. Or if something goes down, where it could negatively affect them and they fuck off, is that
Yeah.
really a friend?
Not so much. What I find is when people say that they have a lot of friends, it's like a self empowerment of trying to feel self important because either something in their life is not making them feel as important as they should be, something may have brought them down. so much, like, let's say, like a trauma or something like
Hmm.
that happened with their childhood, and they have to have that need of feeling important enough to say that, oh, I have this to people, to show it off.
Yeah.
So maybe people will more gravitate towards them, and they can be this, like, the center of attention. They
You're
can
kind
have
of
all of the attention.
yeah, you basically said what I couldn't, because that's what I meant by possess, and I couldn't articulate if that's the proper word of what that was. But yeah, you basically, yeah. I I have one friend who I've known him since I moved to Vancouver. Um, kind of like a year or two after living in Vancouver. I have known him for so fucking long, and like maybe he'll watch this, maybe he'll listen to this, but I kind of doubt it. But we have been through so much shit together. He's done shit to me that royally fucking infuriated me. Like, we stopped being friends because of it, and I almost swore him off completely. And I've done stuff to him probably at one point. He just hasn't told me. He doesn't like confrontation, so like he'll never fucking say anything, or he will one day. And we're still friends to this day, to the point where if I need him, he will be there regardless. I couldn't think of what the fucking word was, but I just it all the you can always just speak up over me too. By all, it's all good. But I have such a hard time fucking trusting people, because people will say like, "I am your buddy," and then we need them, they're gone.
I mean, I have the same issue. I have a hard time like trusting people because a lot of people in my life that I have gone through hasn't been there, has
Mm,
betrayed me, backstabbed me, said that they would be there when I needed them. It's either they ended the relationship with me or I had to end the relationship
yeah,
with them because it was affecting me so badly that my mental health was going down, and I didn't realize it at the time that that's
yeah.
what it is. I do now. um, but friends that you go through troubles with
Mm.
that still are around, those ones are your true
Yeah,
friends.
they
Those
actually fucking
ones,
stick.
it doesn't matter like how far you push them,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are sorry in the end, if you forgive them in the end over like whatever they're going through, because you have no idea what they're going through, you don't feel other people's emotions. You
Yeah,
don't understand that.
yeah.
You can try to understand the situation and sympathize, but you'll never understand what that person is going through. So if that person just flat out you argue,
Yeah.
whatever, and you come back to that person still loving them as what they are at their best, that's
Mm-hmm.
a true friend.
Yeah. Like, so the guy that I was talking about, he's my best example. My best example, because we've been through so much shit together, and I've known him the longest. Him and I
Mm.
have a lot of differences on. Well, not a lot anymore. Maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe I just forgot about them. But one of the big differences we have is he's very religious. I'm very not religious. We're still
Yeah.
buddies. We don't let that bother us. He has opinions that I disagree with. I have opinions he disagrees with, and it doesn't stop us from being friends.
Mhm.
And I think some people just can't do that.
It's
But
that mutual respect for each other.
yeah, which is another fucking video that I want to do on respect, and I don't think people have it anymore. I think everyone's too fucking selfish. They just don't have respect for other people. They're just like, this is gonna make me feel good tonight, so I'm gonna do it.
I think now that that also plays into social media
Yeah,
as to
keyboard
why
warriors.
yeah, don't have as much respect now as they did before.
Well, because they can say whatever they want behind a keyboard, and nobody's gonna fucking do anything about it.
I mean,
Yeah,
they could do something about it, but I guess it's like choosing your battles.
yeah. So I'm gonna jump into a couple funny things about friendships that I've had in the past, so this doesn't end up being a whole like depressing downer the entire time. So back when I was like 17, 18, I had this friend who looked exactly like, I don't remember his name at all, but he looked exactly like me. We both had long shaggy hair because I used to fucking have skater hair and
Mullet.
stuff. No. I had skater hair, like fucking draped over the face kind of deal, like that stuff.
Oh, the
It
flip.
was long. Oh yeah. And so I moved out of my parents' house, which is another story. But I was living in an apartment building, and he came over one night with his buddy and his buddy's girlfriend. His buddy's girlfriend and I actually ended up hooking up that night. And the weirdest part, his friend the next morning was like, "Hey, did you hook up with her?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Ah, it's cool." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's cool. I think we broke up anyways. I'm not really sure, but yeah, go for it." And I was like, "Fuck, okay." But anyways, whole other story. This guy who ended up looking like me, he asked me one day, he's like, "Hey, can I borrow your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And he's like, "Where's the keys?" I'm like, "You don't need keys." Because you could just fucking start the thing with the ignition. There was no key needed. It was so Jimmy that you could just fucking start it. So he takes the car, and he comes back later that night. And this girl that I was dating, I was going through a lot of shit at this time because my parents were separating. But we would drink a 2.6 of vodka every single night. And I did that for 2 months. And I was smoking so much fucking weed. I actually almost died. Like, true story, I actually almost died from low blood sugar. So he comes back to the house at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I think it was. And like I said, I was really fucked up. He comes back and he hands girl, which I almost said her fucking name, but he hands girl a La Senza card for $200. Now, it didn't weird me out that he gave her a La Senza card. That was cool. I don't care, because whatever, that's just going to benefit me, right? And then he tells me he filled all of my cupboards with food. That's where it got weird. Because the fact that he bought her something, okay, they were friends before, he's doing me a solid for letting me borrow the car, but the fact that he said he filled the cupboard, something got really fucking weird. So I passed out, I woke up next morning, and I started cooking food. And I get a knock on my door of the apartment. And it's 2 police officers. And the police officers said, "Where were you last night?" Luckily for me, the girl was still at the house, because she comes to the door and says, "What's wrong?" And he says, "Were you two together last night?" She's like, "Yeah, we were." And he's like, "What were you guys doing?" She's like, "I could tell you, but you probably don't want to know." And I was like, We were drinking all night. And she went and grabbed the fucking 2.6 of vodka and showed him. Yeah. So the cop is just like, "That's all you guys were doing? You're sitting at home drinking?" I'm like, "Well, that's not all." But anyways,
if you get my hint.
Yeah, exactly. So he says, "Okay, well, I have a weird story, weird thing to tell you. Not a weird story, but whatever." He says, "I have something weird to tell you. Were you in Kimberly last night?" I'm like, "No, I was here." And I said, "Why? What happened?" And he said, "Your car was spotted at this gas station buying this much stuff with some other guy's Visa card. The kid who borrowed my car drove all the way to Kimberly, drugged out of his mind, broke into some black Escalade, stole the guy's Visa card, and went all over Kimberly and bought a whole bunch of stuff. That night, he came home, gave me everything, dropped the car off, left the Visa card in the car, and he took off out of town. He was also wearing my hat and my clothes while in the car."
So was he like trying to frame you?
I think he just wanted to have a night out and then get away with it. So I told him all of this. He also didn't know that, I think because he was so drugged up, he didn't know that the girl was going to be at my house. Or I think he forgot that she was going to be there. Because his plan's a little flawed, right? Like, if she's there, I have backup that this never happened. But this kid was my friend originally. And, like...
There's those tricky friends that... where you think that they will be there for you, that they will make you fall into this trust. It's literally a trust fall. You fall into their arms, they catch you. But the moment that it doesn't, like, they want to do something or it doesn't play out into their favor, they will drop you. They will screw you over so hard.
And I have no idea what I did to even, like, deserve that from him, but I think we were just so young that at that point he's just like, fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? He never got caught either. Like, I told him it was him, but because they had no way to prove it, that was it.
I mean, they had your alibi.
Yeah, they knew I was home. So it's just, whatever.
Yeah. I would say he was, like... trying to frame you in a way.
Oh, fucking definitely. Definitely.
And...
but I don't think it was intentional. I think he was so stoned out of his mind, out of whatever the fuck he was on, that when he was in the car, he's like, if I put on Clint's shit, he'll never know it was us.
It was one of those funny, don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to screw over this friend moments.
Yeah. And like I laugh about it now because obviously nothing bad happened to me. They didn't even take the licenza card or any of the food. They left it all because it's like his visa. They'll cover it with insurance and stuff, right? So
Oh, I mean the lingerie. Why he didn't want to share
yeah.
his lingerie either.
As a police officer myself, I would have taken that shit and given it to my wife and be like, "Here, honey."
Yeah,
Yeah.
buy yourself something nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of my funny stories about Friends, right there.
I mean, it's funny in a way that he did that, because he was high, but also not funny because it's like you're gonna get in trouble for it,
Oh
and
yeah.
he stole someone else's Visa card and paid for all this stuff.
I just I wish I could have been there, you know? Like I wish I could have been in the car while this was happening just to be I just want to see his thought process. Just like
That would have been interesting.
yeah. But that's what
That
I
that
want
would
to see.
yeah, that would have been an interesting thought process to see, just like
Yeah.
unravel. It's like, what is this person thinking really when they're super high, wearing someone else's clothes, stealing a card, plus having your friend's car and
Yeah.
going to buy food? Like, of all things, buying food.
Yeah, that one still baffles me. And it was all like stovetop and Mechalena's and fucking it was all gas station food. Like stuff that you can buy at a gas station. Macaroni, Mechalena's, stovetop, which is weird because that gas
Uh,
station carried stovetop. Oh fuck, my
I'm
slippers are
wondering
everywhere.
if that was his way of saying sorry for taking your clothes, your car, and stealing
I don't fucking
something.
know. He didn't even fill the car. That's the worst part. It was empty when he brought it back, which kind of pissed me off. Not the fact that he drove it with my shit on. The fact that he brought it back empty. That's what bothered me. I will never understand that one.
That's a mystery that maybe somebody that has been high in that situation maybe can explain.
Oh my god. See, I'll tell you
Comment
about a.
below for people that have been high and maybe have this like thought process.
There you go. If you have fucking comments that you want to make on what would make you do that or possess you to do that, comment it below. But I have a good friend story as well. This was a good one. So one of the guys who I've known for the longest time, we don't talk very much anymore because like he's way the fuck out in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me one night to get stoned. Now I don't smoke pot at all because it makes me super paranoid and because of all the shit that I did back when I was fucking younger and all the crap. It fucks me right up. I can't do it because it gets me in a weird state. But there's this one night after work, and it was a Friday night where we got stoned for some reason, and we went to a corner store. And this was one of the last times that I ever did it. We go to the corner store and I grab a fucking Bounty Bar. I will never forget this. I grabbed a Bounty Bar and I went and filled up a Slurpee cup. And as I'm walking around the store, I keep thinking that the guy back there is fucking staring at me. Like this motherfucker's gonna steal some shit.
I
And it
imagine.
wouldn't stop, man. I kept on going off like, this motherfucker's gonna steal shit. So, like I said, this is a good story with a good friend. He saw me freaking out. And instead of trying to calm me down, he came up behind me and said, "Dude, I think he thinks you're stealing." And I fucking lost it. All I wanted to do was pay for it and get a
No.
taquito, but I couldn't deal with it anymore. And for some reason, I tossed everything up in the air, including the fucking Slurpee. It goes all over the place. It explodes on the ground. And I ran out of the store. And he comes back out with another Slurpee and another Bounty. And he says, "Here, man." That's the
Oh.
good part. But the fact that he wanted to fuck me up that badly, I don't even care, man. Like that guy, ugh, that's the kind of friends you want, right
You're
there.
just like, what can I do to my friend? I know what I can do to my friend.
Yep.
Watch him freak out.
And then he got me the Slurpee and a Bounty Bar. So like,
See, that's a good friend there. It's
yeah,
like, I'm gonna play this prank on my friend, but then I'm gonna do a nice thing after to make up for it because I love him so much.
yeah. Oh, pardon me.
I
Well,
wouldn't even be mad at that point.
I wasn't. I was too
I'd be
stoned.
like, please don't ever do that to me again.
Oh my god. You know, in hindsight, the topic of friendship being something to bitch about, it sounded like a really good idea. And like, I have a lot of things that piss me off about friendship. Like, it's too short of a thing to cover, though. Like, especially now with COVID or Corona or the Backstreet Boys tour, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I want to say now friendship is
There's
more
a
important than
Backstreet Boys
ever.
tour?
Oh, that's what the Game Grumps call it. They call it the Backstreet Boys tour. That way they don't get
Oh,
flagged on YouTube. Because if
okay.
you say Corona or COVID or anything, then it gets flagged and it blacklists or shadows your video so that it doesn't show
But
up.
it's all over the country.
Yeah, I know.
All countries.
They just don't want it to be like a trending topic and then people putting fake news of shit like, if you get Corona, you're never going to be able to see the color blue. And you're like, oh, shit. So, you know.
There's so much fake news out there already about certain types of stuff that's like, this is a serious topic that people need to be aware about, that
Agreed.
it should be talked about and not flagged.
It should be joked about, honestly. And like, you know, with the way fucking society, I hate saying society now because everyone just says this is society, this is the way society is. Like, the word has just become ugly to me. You know, when you say a word too much, like if you say penumbra, if you say penumbra enough times, you're gonna be like, is that even a word anymore?
Is that a game?
Penumbra, I don't even know what it means. I just thought of it. I know it's a
think
word,
it's a game.
but fuck, maybe. But like, the way society is going now, oh god, I fucking said the word again. See, it's losing its meaning at this point.
We could say collective group of people.
All right, that's too many words.
I mean,
I guess, but like with the way shit's going nowadays, comedians at one point, as much as they're fighting to be able to say whatever the fuck they want because they're comedians and they're supposed to bring light to terrible situations, I wonder if they're going to be able to joke about COVID and Corona at one point, like they do now. But when this is over, what's going to happen if they do?
I mean, a lot of comedians have gotten away with a bunch of stuff that said whatever the hell that they wanted.
Yeah.
And they gotten away with it because it's just like, I don't care about what you think. There's people that will follow them no matter what because they think that's funny, and that's okay. It's not like they're actually being serious about it. It's not like that's the way that they actually think. You don't really know.
I still think Louis C.K.'s funny. Despite what he did, I still think he's fucking hilarious. Fight me.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of comedians. I do watch some comedians, but like stand-up comedy, I have a very particular like sense of humor that is just like, I need it to, I guess, not be the what's the word? I guess like, I'm gonna say mainstream of jokes.
I don't understand, but I'm gonna nod my head in agreement.
It's like that, like everybody has their certain jokes, and it's like they can say it in so many different ways, but it's already been said, but it's in a different way, and it's just like it's all the same, but different piles of shit.
Unpopular opinion, and please feel free to give me shit for this. That's one of my issues with female comedians. Not all, because Amy Wong is probably my all-time favorite female comedian of fucking all time. But the majority of the female comedians I've heard, not saying all men are good either, so don't fucking at me for that one. Not you, Mel. But the majority of them the majority of them just make penis jokes and sex jokes and gross things they did while fucking their boyfriend jokes. And it's the same fucking thing every single time, and it's never fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean,
given there are guys that do it too. I'm not fucking saying there aren't.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like, I need my jokes to be as like a certain type of joke for me to find a comedian funny, because I can sit there and just be like
Jim
hey,
Jeffries.
You're not funny. I don't know who he is.
Jim Jeffries is the is he autistic? I think he's autistic, and he's Australian. He had a whole bit on gun control.
Oh yeah, see, like I find that funny.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. But
I find that funny.
We're talking about comedians now, which is fine because, like I said, these things are unplanned and unscripted, so it's all good. But what I was gonna say is, like, with COVID and Corona and shit, the way it's going, friends should be more important now than ever in multiple ways. One, you should be trying to find ways to talk to each other without fucking seeing each other. And If you're
I
going,
mean, especially now, yeah.
yeah, especially like right now, what is it, December 7th, you're allowed to start seeing people again?
Oh, I think
I think
so.
it's
I'm not
December.
too sure.
Yeah, it's like midway through December. But like, if you're sitting there going, "Oh, I really want to go see somebody. I really want to go see somebody." If you're a good friend, you're gonna be like, "Stay the fuck home. It's only 2 weeks. Let's do some Zoom calls. Let's do some Discord calls. Let's play fucking Tetris or some shit online. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be a good friend and keep your friends safe."
I mean, I play games with friends on Discord. Like
Yeah,
I video call people. Like
I
maybe
haven't.
not everyone, but like if people want to video call me, I am just a button away. Like
Mm-hmm.
I will be there given that I'm not busy doing something like at
Yeah,
my house or whatever. But yeah, I'd be like, "Hey, let's talk. Call me."
I haven't seen anybody except for the people I work with, and one guy that I box with, almost this whole year, or
I've
since June.
I've seen a couple of friends, but that's when it was at its safe area and we were all quarantining, but we were in my backyard and staying like a fair distance apart.
Yeah.
But also, since we've been quarantining and we haven't been out, a few that didn't really mind being that close, like I made food for them and I was being safe about it. And I mean, that's when it was at its lowest, though.
Yeah.
That's when it was at its lowest. And we were all being safe. So we were taking the necessary precautions to be safe about it. But since now that it's been gone, now that it has gone up, I
Yeah.
won't be seeing anyone.
Because we're smart. Plus, we can play online games, so
Exactly.
I can't get
I
fucking
mean,
comfortable.
internet. You have internet. You have the internet at your fingertips. You
Mm-hmm.
can do stuff on the internet. You can even go visit places on the internet and scroll through because they have 3D stuff about it. They have tours. They
Yeah.
have you have entertainment at home. You don't like yeah, people need that sense of I need human physical like interaction.
Sorry.
There's people that need that.
Yeah, I know. I'm not one of them.
But you can also get that through like video calls and everything. You just need to wait this out.
Yeah.
Your mental health, yeah, will plummet and everything, but that's why there's people that you can go talk to. There's therapists. There's stuff that you can do at home to brighten up your home, like you can clean, make
Exercise.
it feel fresh, open up a window, exercise. Yeah, like I'm exercising, and that's brought my mental health up a lot. Even if you
Kegels.
just crack a window open,
Kegels for days.
wake up early. Yeah. Wake up early in the morning. Like, be productive at
I
home.
thought
Be
that was
productive at
funnier.
home.
Sorry, I thought the Kegels thing was hilarious, but to each his own, I guess. But
Well, okay.
all right. Let's finish up a little bit. I think the important thing is if it's a little deep, but like, and nobody's gonna fucking believe it. Maybe you will, but the important thing about being a friend is you need to always be there when they need you. And despite what most people think, I'm always there. Always. Always have been. I've always looked out for people's best interests. This is why well, I'll tell you straight up, you're being fucking stupid. I have no shame in telling somebody if they're being a fucking idiot. And that's one of the next grumbles I'm going to be doing is on opinions and stuff, and another one on respect, and this kind of sheds light on both of those. But sometimes you have to put your friends' feelings aside and tell them they're being a fucking moron. And I don't think people can do that anymore because they're just like, oh, my feeling. I can't be friends with you because you didn't care about my feeling. It's like, shut the fuck up. Who cares about your feelings? You're being an idiot right now. And
I mean, I tell people all the time. Like, I tell people all the time, like, what my opinion is about, like, a certain thing that they're doing. They're just, and I'm honest. I'm always honest with people.
That is a good friend. Somebody who is honest with you when they don't want you to be. That, in my opinion, that's exactly what it should be. You're telling them.
And if I get in shit for it, well, that's your opinion. That's how you're gonna take it, and I respect how you're gonna take it. but I'm always going to be honest because if I'm not honest with you, then I'm not honest with myself, and that makes me feel like shit.
Yep, and you're probably gonna regret not telling them the thing that you wanted to tell them beforehand.
Hmm.
But no, I can agree with that. Well, Mel, let's plan what our next one will be. I've never done this on
Okay.
one of these before, but what do you want to do for the next one? Because it's always me coming up with the topics, but one of the things I want to try on the from now on is I want to ask the person so that we can do more. What's something
Hmm.
that you want to do?
I kind of want to touch base on what not a lot of people talk about, which they do talk about, is how mental health is.
Oh, fuck, I was going to do that one.
Oh, well, I guess
Perfect.
we have the same
Nope.
thing.
It'll be perfect because the one, what are we at right now? 30 minutes? Do we want to do mental health right now or no? Do you want to save it for another one?
Yeah, let's save it for another one because I have a lot to say about that.
Me too. Because not a lot of people know that I have a lot of mental fucking issues. Huh. But
I
yeah.
mean, I do too. I'm a person that's smiley, bubbly, and like I have my own issues,
Hmm. Well, Mel.
and it doesn't always show through. But yeah.
All right, say goodbye, Mel. Whatever your goodbye is.
uh, Stay loafy and fluffy, and have a good night, everyone.
That was super cute. That was very cute. And my new sign off, because my old one used to be call your grandparents, is now don't be a dick. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. Goodbye.